Hey everyone, welcome to Gabriela with 1L. I am your host Gab, and this episode is going to be about how I survive a long distance relationship. And I have a special guest. Give it up for my husband.
Hi, I'm here. I'm Ryan. I'm Gab's husband with 1R.
We're having some beers and we're just going to tell you about how we met and how we survived our long distance relationship. Just to start with, so it was in 2009, I think it was, wasn't it?
2009.
10?
Yeah, 2009.
I remember one of my friends that I had back in uni. He was running like a magazine, and it was about extreme sports. And he asked me to add these people. Well, not add them, but just ask them some questions for the interview that he was planning on having on one of the articles from the magazine. And the people who he sent me the list of, it was just like random people for me because I didn't know them. And one of those people was Ryan. And I remember I added him and didn't ask him anything because I totally forgot that I had him there.
Nice.
So he one day just randomly say like, I don't think I know you. And I was very embarrassed by that. And I thought, oh my God, why did I do that? So after not asking him anything and just having him in my contacts, I thought, well, I'm just going to say the truth. And I say, yeah, we don't know each other. So just if you want to delete me or just get rid of my name and like forget about me, it's fine because we don't know each other. I'm sorry.
As if.
And so, yeah, we carry on talking. And he was just like asking me questions like, where are you from? And stuff like that. It was really funny because he was very interested. And I didn't think that will happen. But it did happen. Anything to say about it?
Well, I at the time, weirdly, I had lots of like fake accounts adding me on Facebook, weirdly. So I remember actually going through your photos, looking through to make sure that it was a real Facebook account, and I was going, okay, right, well, that's a photo with family. That seems legit. And there was a lot of photos, and they were clearly all the same person. So that was my like green light. I was okay. I could add that person.
Yeah, one of the questions that you asked, I remember, it was if I was real, which it was very confusing for me.
Yeah, I definitely did for a little while wonder if it was a real person, because I'm not used to pretty girls adding me on Facebook.
And after that, we start talking for months. I think it was like, 3 months?
So I remember the first time we spoke, because I obviously, as you said, I messaged you, and I asked. I was trying to play it really smooth actually, and sent a message saying, I don't think we've met. I meet lots of people, and I don't remember you. I was like playing it cool, and I said something like I travel a lot as well. And now I think of it, it's so cringe. And I kind of hate what I said. But clearly it worked, so maybe I'm smoother than I think. But yeah, and you turned out to be real. and you clearly liked my message, and I remember she said back to me, oh, I just saw your photo on this like Red Bull website and I thought you were good looking and I liked what I saw, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, it was really funny, to be fair. And yeah, just so you know, I've seen like memories from Facebook, and he makes me cringe so bad, the things we used to say to each other.
It's okay. Just so the world knows, or anybody actually listening, we are not that cringe. We're not too cheesy, you know.
Right. Yeah,
Maybe
we
a
are.
little bit.
Well, as you said, we start talking, and it went for a few months, and then all of a sudden he said to me like, I want to go and meet you. I was like, that ain't gonna happen.
Wait, you're missing out some key points here. So before that, so here's how the story goes. Once we spoke the first time, Gabriela asked me, do you have Skype? And at the time I said, no, I don't. And it was kind of like not flippant or like, what's the word? I was just kind of like, no, I don't. Sorry, and didn't give it another thought really. And she said, "Oh, you should install it." And I said, "Yeah, I'll do that sometime." I don't really know why. I think I was just being a bit lazy at the time.
No. Let me say that. So I remember you told me you were hanging out with a girl back then, and I don't think you were too keen on me. So you start talking to me, yes, but at the same time you were hanging out with someone else, and you even said to me something.
You can't tell the world.
He said to me, like, if it wasn't hanging out with this girl too much, I'll probably go for it, like, with me. Which, yeah, it was quite sad. But at the same time, I didn't expect too much because, come on, he was in the other side of the world where I lived. And, yeah, it was really weird.
Well, that embarrassing point aside, after we started talking, she then messaged me again. I can't remember what it was about, and we started talking again. And then she said, "Oh, do you have Skype?" And I said, "You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna download Skype." So I downloaded Skype, and we and called and talked on Skype for my first time. That was in like I don't even know when.
2010.
In 2010. So in 2010 we were talking on Skype, and yeah, and in between that time we started sending each other letters. Gab had sent me a present in the post. She sent me 2 tech decks, little finger skateboards, and a letter that said like, "You're always welcome here." And also, "I'm your biggest fan, Ryan," and stuff like that, which is a really weird experience for me because no one's ever said something like that. And then and then we kept talking basically like daily on Skype, pretty much every day, and I would stay up super late. But yeah,
just talking. Yeah, I remember that. It was quite. I don't know how to describe it, but I probably will say it was like feeling supported by you, because back then I came out from a really bad relationship, and start talking with you. It was just like a relief, and I don't know, it was just like I felt I was listening to, and that was very nice because I never had that, I don't think, in my whole life probably.
Yeah, well, I'll always listen.
And yeah, it felt like really weird because after it, you told me that you wanted to go and see me and meet my family and just be where I was. And I don't know, that was very brave.
Well, I mean, so after having letters saying, "You're welcome here anytime," I felt like it was a pretty slam dunk, in my opinion. So it was either going to work out, or I just went to Mexico for 2 weeks, which might sound a little bit harsh, but that was it, wasn't it? If I go and it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But at least I was in Mexico for 2 weeks, which is a lovely place to be. So so it worked out that I was working at Tesco, a supermarket at the time. And I had been working there for about a year, and I said, like, I got my tax rebate, which anyone who doesn't live in the UK knows anybody who lives in the UK knows that is when you've paid too much tax and they give you it back. So I got my tax back, and it was about £600, and I looked up some flights to Mexico and thought, well, I really like this girl. We've been talking for... how long? Like 9 months at that point? No?
Like 4.
No.
Yes.
Wow. I can't believe I did that. So I bought the flight, and then I told her after and said, yeah, I'm coming to Mexico to see you. Let's hope it works out.
I can't remember why I wasn't doing anything back then, that I have the time to. I think it was summer, wasn't it? Yeah, it was around May or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, I went to pick you up to the airport, and well, my sister was very supportive with that because I was so nervous and excited, and I didn't know what to expect really. And her and one of my cousins came with me, or took me actually, drove me to the airport to pick Ryan up, because it was crazy for me, honestly. I didn't even know if he was gonna show up, because who knows. You risk yourself a lot in these things. I mean, I heard really bad stories from people going through these things, and it's mental how well these went for us. I'm very thankful because I didn't expect to go that well. I always thought, well, if we don't connect or we don't really like each other, at least I have someone I know from the other side of the world.
So there's actually another part of the story that we missed out as well. The original idea was that Gabriela would go on a Euro trip with her cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Was it? Yeah.
No, one cousin.
One of her cousins, and would meet me in London. But then before that time, I had actually gone out there, so that's how that worked out as well. And then the Euro trip never happened because we obviously became boyfriend and girlfriend and travelled between England and Mexico.
And I started uni as well.
Oh yeah, and Gabriela started uni, so yeah, she was learning at the same time.
But yeah, after I went to pick you up to the airport, I'm gonna say my side of the story. So I was driving with my cousin and my sister to the airport, and I was like, my hands were shaking and sweating so bad. I was so nervous. I had a shower and I already was sweating my ass off on the way to the airport. I was like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
It was like you were on the plane with me.
Ew. Yeah. So the first thing, because I went to the gate or the door where the arrivals are, and I started just looking for blonde hair. And I was just like, is that him? When I saw him, my heart started like being so quick. Boop, 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 boop. And I just thought, oh my God, he's so tall. Like, he's massive. So now I saw him. The doors were closing and opening like all the time until he came out. And every time they opened, I was just like looking at him with the biggest smile, and he was like answering me back with the biggest smile as well. That was so sweet. So after you came out, I remember I was just like, it feels so weird to see someone that you haven't seen in real life, because by the way, yeah, I'm gonna have to point this out. To be able to have Ryan at my parents, I have to lie to them and say that I already met him, but I've never seen him my whole life, only on Skype. So that feels so weird to just finally be able to see him live. It was like, I don't know, probably like felt like HD. I don't know. It was really weird.
I always find that people say when they meet their celebrities, it's really weird to see them in real life, and it was kind of like that, because I know that, you know, when you see someone on a screen, it's really like, just so much different. And weirdly, I had a widescreen laptop, so like everything was a little bit stretched in the resolution, and I thought Gabriela was like a certain size, and then when I saw her in real life, it was like I was so gobsmacked at how tiny she was, because she had said, like, people had said she's like chubby and stuff like that. I thought, oh, well, she doesn't look that chubby, you know, it looks like a normal-sized person. And then when I got to Mexico and she was absolutely tiny, I couldn't believe what I would have heard for the past, like, year or so talking to her. But, yeah, I mean, I can't even describe what that feeling is like being... Because it is like meeting, I don't know, your, like, idols, isn't it? I'm getting laughed at now. But to any of you that meet your idols or anything like that, it's a strange feeling. And I remember I wanted to like hold her hand straight away, and I didn't know if I should or not because I didn't know what the boundaries were.
I don't know, but tell them what people said about you coming to Mexico, because obviously there was some people thinking like you were gonna get kidnapped or something.
Yeah, there was. I'm gonna lose my kidneys. I don't know. I'm gonna get catfished. That was the big one. And I was gonna lose my organs on the black market. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. I've never seen any organ black market in Mexico. I'll just let people know that. But yeah, all you Britishers.
Yeah, I had that too a little bit, because I remember my brother making fun of me, saying like, "Oh, you're too much on Facebook and stuff like that. You're gonna get married with someone from there." Oh well, I did. And as well as that, he used to make fun of me and say, "You're gonna end up at the airport looking at someone who is not what you thought it would be, and he's gonna be like a 50-year-old, just all sweaty, like not nice looking or anything, and you're gonna regret it." That's what he used to say to me. What did people used to say to you about me? Not about going to Mexico.
People said that you were going to be really fat, and I was going to get catfished. But the kind of like caveat to that conversation was that we had already seen each other, and like I'd even spoke to your family, and you had spoke to my family. So, yeah. So we already knew that it was legit. The only thing we didn't know is, if I got there, I don't know, could she not be
what
the
if
person
I was
she
fat?
was really like? If you were fat, I wouldn't care. But I was lucky because you're great looking. But yeah, not a whole lot. I kept it to myself quite a bit to start with as well, because people have a bit of like judgment related to long distance relationships and stuff like that, and most of the time people say, she's cheating on you, stuff like that. But
I have that too.
The whole thing, it's all based on honesty, and a relationship based on communication is always going to be better than a relationship based on physicality and I don't know, stuff like that. That's why you shouldn't meet your girlfriends and boyfriends in nightclubs, people.
Well, we all know what that leads. Sometimes it's not the greatest, but it could work. But the good side of a long distance relationship, how we had it was because we were able to talk about anything, and we actually got to the point that we met like for real, like we knew each other for real. And that feeling, I don't think I can ever like compare it to something else, because being able to express yourself by typing, or like, I don't know, just being honest, like so transparent that it's not like you can feel ashamed or anything. It feels so good, and it's such a relief, because well, in my previous experiences with guys, it wasn't like that at all. I always had like that feeling of not being liked by who I was, and I had to lie a little bit. But with Ryan, it happened all of a sudden that it was okay to be myself and just say whatever I was thinking and feeling and all that. I don't know how you felt about that, but I felt very comfortable, like at the beginning and until now as well.
I've always felt comfortable with you, and in our relationship. So, yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about that.
Well, after you went to Mexico for 2 weeks, it was really cool because we did a lot of things. I planned a few tour, and we went to see the pyramids. We went to the beach. It was amazing. It was really, really good.
It was the best 2 weeks ever. I'm just going to put that out there.
And after you came back to England, I started to plan to come here for Christmas, I think it was. So that same year, I came to England for Christmas, and it was so overwhelming for me because I didn't know anything about how it was going to be. I didn't really have expectations, and yeah, it was really cool. It was very, very cold.
And full of presents. Gabriela got a little bit surprised about how over the top we do it here. because presents for Christmas and stuff like that isn't that like big of a thing in Mexico, which is probably be better actually. But here, as you know, we sometimes go a little bit overboard with presents, and Gabriela was a little bit surprised.
Yeah, I just don't get it. But I was very thankful, obviously. I'm still thankful. But it was way too much. I was so overwhelmed. I never got any, like, that amount of presents in my life. It was crazy. But anyways, that Christmas, it was really cold for me. And of course, English people will tell me, like, it is not like Mexico, is it? Like, stuff like that. And obviously, it's not. But don't comment, people. Please don't comment to someone from hot countries that you consider they are always with nice weather. Don't comment on saying stuff, oh, it's really nice in your country, why are you here, and stuff like that. It's not worth it. It's not even a thing. Come on.
So after this as well, so after Gabbard came for Christmas, I'd saved up a couple of £1,000 and said, okay, well, I want to come and stay there for half a year then, because that's as long as I could stay there without a actual visa. So I decided, yeah, I'm going to do that. I asked my boss at Tesco, can I have 6 months off, which they actually said yes to. Surprise. If anybody working for Tesco, go ask for a career break and they'll give you half a year off. Not paid, obviously. And yeah, so I took half a year. I flew over to Mexico, and I still remember the guy at customs. He said to me that he asked me how many days am I intending on staying, and I had figured it out on the plane. I said, oh, it's 181 or whatever it was. And he went, half a year then. I was like, yeah. And obviously they speak English as well, and I was so stupidly there, like, it's going to be this many days. And I had to tell them where I'm going to stay and stuff like that. And yeah, and that was when I learned most of my Spanish, because I had to kind of learn pretty quick and learn on my feet a little bit, which to anybody who doesn't speak a language and they want to, I do recommend just literally throwing yourself in the deep end, get embarrassed, and do it that way. Duolingo is good and stuff like that, but it's not going to do the same as being in a country where you don't know what is going on, because you will learn pretty quick. And yeah, I had my own little place where Gabriela was at uni, because we couldn't stay together for a while, although we did.
Catholic parents, that's how it's called.
So for a little while I had my own place, and then it was a fantastic time, and I regret absolutely nothing about being there. I really enjoyed my time there, and I learned a lot.
We had some issues, though. I'm really sorry that you had to go through that. Even though I have a very close-minded family, Ryan stayed. I thought he was gonna just run away and say, fuck this, I'm not staying. Why do I have to deal with all your family? Honestly, we had a nightmare. Because one of my dad's sisters was such a witch to us. She treated us so bad. At the beginning, it was all fine, but after it was just everything turned really weird, very awkward. And she started calling my mom, saying that I was only at uni to have sex with Ryan, and that's the only thing I was doing.
Although that would have been great.
I was very busy at uni as well, so I don't know where she got that from, but it's one of these people who are very ashamed and stuff like that, because the way she was brought up. Bless her.
Bless.
Yeah, but it was really awkward. I'm really sorry about that. I'm still sorry about that.
You don't need to say sorry. It's absolutely fine. It's your family. It's not you.
It's so embarrassing, though. Anyway, so I remember Ryan rented a room, and I was staying at my aunt's. And then when I had the chance, because I got pretty much kicked out of hers, I went to stay in a share flat with another 2 girls who were really nice to begin with. One of them. and the other one was such a witch as well. Honestly,
You say witch, you mean bitch.
yeah, that as well. But it was really nice because we got the chance to hang out with people of our age, and we went out all the time. We went to the movies. We went partying, drinking. I don't know. It was so fun now that I remember.
Yeah, we had a good laugh. You know, there was plenty of nights where I had eaten too much and walked around like a pregnant lady. And, you know, just got really, really drunk. I got really, really drunk one night. I drank like a crate of these really, really strong beers. And
Noche buena.
yeah, it's called Noche Buena. If you're in Mexico around Christmas time, make sure you get some. And I absolutely I way overdid it. And I remember waking up and it felt so gross, and I couldn't even throw up because I didn't have anything in my belly to throw up. And then I wasn't able to eat for a few days because I basically had it irritated the lining of my stomach from drinking so much.
Yeah, and a lot of funny stories about you being in Mexico. I can't imagine how the cultural shock was for you, but after you being there for that long, I pretty much got used to having you there all the time. So I'm gonna mention this because I didn't say this before, but like the worst thing about long distance relationships is saying bye, because in our case it was like we didn't even know when we were gonna see each other again because we depended on money and time. So it's something that I didn't even know, like how safe it was gonna be for me next time I'll see you, or how I was gonna save money to come to England, or how it was gonna be. It was really bad, and that feeling is so frustrating, and I don't know, it feels crap.
Yeah, I think with any long distance relationship, you know, I think one thing that maybe a trauma from it was never to actually say bye or goodbye or anything like that. You know, everything needs to be, I'll speak to you later, or I'll speak to you tomorrow, I'll speak to you in the morning, because saying bye, it can, you know, it's awful to think about. You know, you're going to be spending half a year not actually being able to have a hug or whatever, you know, whatever physical things you want to do. But I do absolutely recognize how much stronger our relationship is just because of communication. I recommend it.
It is hard. We didn't have it easy at all. I mean, a lot of people misunderstand that I post things on Facebook, Instagram, and social media in general. It's not a lie, but obviously you show the good bits of your life, which there are a lot, I have to say. There are a lot, but there's dark moments as well, which we don't talk about. We're not like very open with that, obviously, like to the people, because everyone deals their own crap at home. But we came out stronger, and every time we have a disagreement and stuff like that, we try to figure out the best way possible. And that's something that I think it comes from a long distance relationship, which is the perks of that, because there's not a lot of perks in that, to be honest.
So as we're almost like half an hour, thanks for listening all the way through, by the way, we are gonna postpone part 2 for next week, so we can finish off our story for all you guys, tell you about how we got married and all that type of stuff. All that good stuff about relationships. Yay. Thanks for listening, I guess.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Another episode. And I'll see you, or you hear me, in the next one, which is going to be the second part of this conversation with Ryan. Well, I leave it here, and thank you for listening again, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.